the mayor's name is Fry. Fry, yeah, he needs to be fried. This is not good. They're encouraging people to go in the streets and do horrible things. Currently suffering from state capture. By that I mean that they're under satanic subjugation, in sense that they've got leaders who have come up with senseless policies of governance that only have created more poverty, loss of liberty. When you think about it, when people live in fear, lose their rights to express themselves, nations where freedom of speech is under attack, that's tyranny. Doesn't matter what kind of sweet words they use in addressing their people. You know, the leftists and liberals have very nice names and very nice words. They always talk about unity, togetherness. They even use the word love, which they can't spell. So, but you look at what happens in those communities, in those societies. For example, look at what's happening in the state of Minnesota in the United States. It's terrible what's going on. That's an example of state capture. Where the leaders have yielded themselves to deep state actors who are using them for their nefarious activities. And then they had the audacity, the protesters, paid protesters who have no conscience, had the audacity to go into a church and molest those who were in a church service for prayer, for fellowship, doing exactly what they had their rights to do. And we can't be silent with such atrocities. Because what they would like to do is to expand it. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And the governor of that state doesn't know what he's doing. He and the mayor who's lost his mind that governor should step down. Those acts of wickedness are unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. The world looks at the United States as a good example. And then, if what's happening there is worse than third world, just because some people want to abuse the system and give bad examples to others. Imagine if this is allowed to continue, what happens in other nations? So Governor Walz should step down. Step down. And he and that mayor, they're just trying to cover their corruption, the fraud that's taking place in that state. But it's not going to work. You cannot go into a church and do the kind of things that you did. And now they're abusing people in the streets. They're doing the same thing in the streets. Marking out conservatives, like they say, and subjecting them to horrendous experiences. Unacceptable. So we're going to pray. Nations and states like that need to be free of the kind of leaders like Walz and Fry. I think that the mayor's name is Fry. Fry, yeah, he needs to be fried. This is not good. They're encouraging people to go in the streets and do horrible things.